with those closest to you, those who are closest to you. Forget about saving the world. Save your husband. Save your wife. Save your children. Grab onto everything you've got. God has given you a family. Fight the devil till you get him. You got to win your children for God. I told this to my wife. I want to fight till we get to heaven. And I get to heaven all busted up. You hear me? I grew up in the city. I know what a throw down means. I know what it means to throw down. Show home all busted up. My mother said, what happened? Nothing. My father told me to do it. What happened? Did you win? That was my father's lie. Did you win? I didn't say no. I said, Dad, I got beat up by a girl, you know? Yes! Okay, go to take a shower and shut up. Go lay down and get some ice. And my eyes all black and busted up. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to fight the devil for your soul, for your family's soul. I'm going to tell you the truth even if you get uncomfortable with it and leave here feeling upset. But the truth, the Bible says, will set you free. You understand? And I want you to understand something. Those in Jerusalem are those closest to you. You know how you win your family? You show them the love of God in your behavior. You show them the patience of God in your behavior. Talk about God and His judgment. Love on them like God would love on you. How many of you have been forgiven more than one time by God? All of you raise your hand. The rest of you are lying. Get saved. Come on up right now. How many have been forgiven by God? Listen. Stop sharing in your world. Ask yourself this question. How important is eternity for my son? How important is eternity for my daughter? How important is eternity for my husband, my wife? How important is it for my grandkid, my grandson? You know what? I know folks who never go to church, and if it wasn't for grandma and grandpa, those kids wouldn't be in church. But grandma and grandpa, go get the grandkids. You don't understand. Gas is $4 a gallon. Yeah, hell, it's more expensive than that, baby. You pick up those grandkids and bring them to church. You know what? One thing about my mother and father, I was drugged. They drugged me to go to church. I said, yes, ma'am. They drugged me on Friday. They drugged me out. They're coming out. They drugged me out on Saturday. Drove those drugs to church. They dragged me to church. On Sunday I was drugged out. I mean, they drugged me out all the time. You're going to go. You're going to go. You're going to go. Finally, I just got up and did it. The Bible says foolishness lies within the heart of the youngster. And logic doesn't make sense. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and say, no, I want church. I was talking to a parent a while back and said, no, I don't want my son to rebel, so I let him choose whether or not to go to church. And I said, that's nice. On Monday morning, do you let him choose whether he wants to go to 5th grade or does he stay home? All right, he better go to school. Hello? Anybody? Hello? Knock, knock. Elevator doors are open between the 4th and the 5th floor. We can't get out. Somebody do something with this person. Hello? You, listen, must share with those in your world. You must share with those closest to you. And I pray right now that the Holy Spirit drop in your heart that son, that daughter, that grandkid. When you make a commitment and you say, I'm going to make sure they're in church. I'm going to make sure I lock them down for eternity for Jesus Christ. But the Bible is so awesome. Listen, listen. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. God does not want anyone to be lost, but He wants all people to change their heart and their lives and come to Him. Jerusalem. Second point. Not only are you supposed to go to Jerusalem, you're supposed to go out. It's called Judea and Samaria, which is the outskirts of Jerusalem. And here, it's critical. You know what the Bible says? Matthew chapter 25, verse 35 and 36. I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you invited me to your home. I was naked and you gave me clothing. I was sick and you cared for me. I was in prison and you visited me. And the disciples asked Jesus, when did we do that? He said, when you did it to one of these, you did it to me. When you did it to one of these, you did it to me. Here's my second truth for you. Here it is. I must dare to reach beyond my world. Let's move on.